I'm sure all of you know that Thanksgiving break is coming up. I know that's super exciting, but something that's even more exciting is happening 2 days before the Extreme Rat Challenge. Okay. You should definitely come to this because it'll be a super exciting, fun way to support your classmates and see their hard work come to fruition. Um, It'll be a great way to learn some new psychological strategies for training your own pets. And best part is you can skip class, hopefully. So, first of all, you can see your classmates' hard work come to fruition. Obviously, your classmate in this situation is me, maybe some other people. But first of all, I want to introduce you to my rat, Rathu, rat for short with two T's, of course. Um, but Rathu and I have been working very, very hard along with my classmates and all the other rats. We have to spend 45 minutes a day with our rats on average. So if you do the math, that is quite a bit of time every week. And all of that on top of class, which is 200 minutes a week, with tough exams and lectures. So we've worked very hard. This all started back in the third week of school when we got our rats. So we first had to habituate them to us. So get them used to us, make sure that they're not going to try to escape, be scared, and also kind of habituate ourselves to the rats because we were also kind of scared. So that took about a week. And then we taught them how to lever press. So this also took a while. As you can imagine, a rat's just not going to start lever pressing on its own. So that took about 2 weeks to get them to finally start pressing a lever for treats within a chamber. Next, we did an extinction trial where you remove the reward for pressing the lever and see how long it takes for the rat to stop doing it. After that, we moved on to start training them to respond to a clicker instead of pressing a lever. So we rewarded them with treats for that, with the goal of them following the clicker so we could start training them on obstacles, which is what we've been doing for the last 4 weeks. So these obstacles, obviously the rat doesn't really want to do them when you first put them on it. So that has also been a trial in and of itself of getting the rat to trust you and trust the obstacles and then actually want to complete them. So, as you can imagine, there have been many difficulties throughout the semester. I can't believe I'm allowed to have a rat. So, it's definitely been a journey figuring out how to train the rat, how to get it to respond, stop trying to escape. And one problem we all ran into was that they don't really like the clickers. So we all kind of had to adapt. Some people say their rat's name and they respond to that. Some people shake a food cup. I shake my car keys now because, yeah, Rathu did not like the clicker. So that was another trial of switching him over to that. But it's not all about me, okay? You can learn new psychological strategies for training your pets. A lot of the strategies we use to train our rats can also be applied to any other animal. So I'm going to explain a few of the strategies that we used that you could maybe start implementing into your own pets. So first of all, the changing criterion design. So this is a fancy way of saying breaking a big goal down into smaller steps. So like I was kind of saying with the lever pressing, obviously a rat's not going to start lever pressing right away. So first we had to train it to approach the food bowl where the pellets would come out, then to walk away from it and then reward it, and then to kind of reward it whenever it walked into the corner with the lever, reward it when it started tapping the lever, and then finally only reward it when it pressed the lever. So this is just a good way to get a pet or animal to do something that's a little more complex. Um, and then there's also the partial reinforcement idea. So this is where if you don't reward an animal or subject every single time, they're actually more likely to keep the behavior for longer because they won't expect a reward every time. So if they're ever not rewarded, they won't stop doing it. Finally, there's extinction and operant conditioning. So extinction is if you do want them to stop doing the behavior. For example, if your dog is begging at the table and you want him to stop, you have to not reward him the whole time. And then there are also a lot of other more nuanced ways to do this, but that is just one of the main examples. And then operant conditioning is rewards-based conditioning. So it's either rewards or punishments for behaviors. And that is a really important concept in training pets, of course, giving them rewards for doing things that you want them to and punishing for things that you don't want them to do. So this is a great way to see all that in action and get some new ideas for training your own pets. And then finally, and most importantly, I'm sure, have a reason to skip class for something super cool. So, first of all, one thing you can tell your professors, this is an academic learning experience. Okay, you are seeing real psychological theories being applied in real time. And when are you literally ever going to see this again? So, I think your professors can be very easily convinced by that. Plus, it's here and it's your classmates. So, even more of a reason you can support the campus community. So even if you don't want to support me, you probably know maybe other people who are in it, or maybe you know someone who knows someone who's in it. But no matter what, we're all P-Wolves. Come support. And then finally, your professors will have the spirit of Thanksgiving within them, and they will be a lot more lenient, I hope. This happens right before break. So they probably want to come too. They want to be done. So just give them a few of these reasons. They'll let you skip and come on over. So I cannot wait to see you all in Ackley from 2:30 to 4 p.m. on Tuesday, November 25th, because of all the reasons I just listed. You can support your classmates' hard work and see it come to fruition. You can learn new psychological tricks for training your pets, and obviously, most importantly, you can skip class. The rat race hasn't happened for the last several years, so now is the time to come watch, especially seniors. This is your chance. This would be a great way to kick off Thanksgiving break for a great academic excuse.